Hey guys, it's Kevin again. This is my review for Switched at Birth Season 3, Episode 18, It Isn't What You Think. And this episode was amazing. By far the best episode of the season. I really love this episode. I thought this episode was absolutely fantastic. I love the twists in this episode. I love, a lot of the stuff that happened in this episode. Definitely very, very interesting episode. And, it's definitely, getting down to, the wire as their senior year goes, as Bay, Daphne, Emmett's, Travis's, all the, Cherie's, their school year. I believe there's only 3 episodes left, of this, there's only 3 episodes left of this season, I just realized, but, yeah, there's only 3 episodes left, till the finale, so, let's just get to this episode, because overall, I really enjoyed this episode. I thought this was a fantastic episode, and, yeah, let's get to it. So, let's first get to Bay. Bay is, kind of, going through a hard time. She, she at first went over to Toby's apartment. She was gonna give him this, dish that, Catherine made. Catherine was in one scene in this episode, that's fine, because she didn't really need to be in it. And, who does Bay end up finding there? Tank. Now, of course, Tank is getting settled at Toby's apartment. And Toby and Tank, they come up with this, funny little, thing, basically ground rules. And I like the ground rule of if someone's there for sex, they put a sock on the door. I thought that was like a do not disturb sign. I thought that was funny. And basically, Bay shows up there. She's very surprised to see Tank. Tank really does not want to see her right now. He's really upset with her. And she really wants to be friends with him, she's tired of him hating her, and she's saying, she says to him, I don't want you to hate me anymore, I want us to be friends, and I like this scene, because it's like Bay, really wants to be friends with him, and he doesn't. Now, Emmett doesn't really think it's a good idea, knowing the kind of, knowing the things she's done to Tank, he does not think it's a good idea, but Bay decides to go through with it, because, Tank, as we know, he doesn't have his fraternity. He doesn't have a girlfriend. He doesn't have anything, really, in his college. So, basically, his dad is coming over. He wants to have, a dinner with her, so they can talk to his dad, basically. And his dad, the one thing that he forgot to mention to her is when this dinner happens, is that his dad does not know that Bay and Tank broke up, months ago, pretty much. And I thought this was definitely very funny and awkward at the same time. Basically, Tank's father is very, very hard on him, as we can see. Very hard on him. He's very controlling, knows what he wants for his son, and that's just how he is. He's very controlling, and it was definitely very interesting to watch. And what ends up happening is basically that, Tank has to pretend that Bay is his girlfriend and everything, and, eventually Tank does tell his father that he quit that fraternity. When his father finds out about this, he is pretty much infuriated with his son. He's not happy that his son did this sort of thing. He thinks he's really stupid to do this. And, I thought that was definitely very harsh. I mean, way to bring down your son. I mean, really, his son, he is not supportive of his son at all. And when he finds out that Bay is not his, girlfriend, he goes off on him, literally gives him all of his money in his wallet, and then he leaves. So, Bay doesn't know what he's gonna, what his father's gonna do, if he's planning to, take all the money out of his account or whatever. And we find out that, Tank's just trying to try out some new things at his college. He just wants to try out some new things, and honestly, it's college. Sometimes, I've said this before with certain shows, sometimes when someone is in a college, they will change their mind on what they want to do. It's not like he's there for one thing. He's doing multiple things. He still loves football. He just doesn't love the idea of a fraternity anymore, and he's doing other things now, and he's more into it. So, if he wants to do those, vegetarian things and things like that he mentioned to his father, let him. Let your son do it. As long as he's happy, that's what matters. But, of course, Tank's father has some sort of an agenda. We don't know what it is yet, but he does have some sort of an agenda, and it's going to be interesting to see, what ends up happening. So, Bay and Tank, they then talk. You can see that they're becoming very good friends. I like seeing this, definitely. And, yeah, so that was definitely very interesting. And then, probably the most surprising scene of the episode is, Bay, she's very concerned about, her health, because as we know, she found out from her cousin that, she could end up getting, an aneurysm, so she makes an appointment to the same doctor that Angelo had, and, we don't know where that's heading, so that's all we saw, is that she made an appointment there, and that's really all there was to it. She made an appointment, and I definitely thought that was very interesting, the way that worked out. I'm very interested in seeing where Bae's plot is going to go. Definitely very interested in that, and we're going to have to see what happens. I really hope something bad does not happen to Bae, but since we're getting close to that season finale, I feel like something bad is going to happen to Bae. Now let's go to Toby now, then we'll go to Daphne. Toby, I love Toby's plot. Toby's plot is probably my favorite plot of the episode. I loved his plot. Toby, of course, as I said, he's getting settled with Tank, and he, still really cares about Cherie. He sees Cherie, working on this, she's kind of distraught, and we basically find out that she, did not get into, she's not getting into any sort of college. Basically, this was also the episode the college episode where they find out what college they got into. Bae did, Bae was looking at a college. She didn't get accepted anywhere yet, but she was looking at colleges, so I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with Bae. I think Bae is probably going to be the last one to get, her acceptance letter, because she's pretty much the main character of this show, so I think she's going to be the last one to get an acceptance letter. Definitely. We'll have to see what happens there. But Toby is very concerned about Cherie, because Cherie ended up failing on a test, and we know why, because she had to provide for her mom, because her mom is insane, as we know. Her mom is absolutely insane, as we know this, and she had to provide for her mom, and because of this, she didn't have enough time to study for the test. And, her teacher won't let her continue the test, and it turns out that her teacher is actually Lily. Now, Lily is being very cold to Toby. We don't know why, and the thing is, I didn't think, at first I'm like, I don't really like her character, but then, as time went on, I really started to like her. He wants to do whatever he can to help out Cherie to let her retake that test, because he knows that the reason that she couldn't take the test was because, of unforeseen circumstances that happened to her. But, Lily's not having it. She's like, no, she's not retaking that test. She's not retaking that test. I'm not going to let her retake the test. And Lily's just being a bitch, just a bitch to him. I mean, we don't know what's going on with Lily, but there's definitely something going on there. And as I predicted, they do have a lot of chemistry. Like, you really want them together, but at the same time, you don't like them right now. And I like that they have this, like, sexual tension going on there. Eventually what ends up happening is she shows up at his house. She's pretty pissed off at what happened. And they end up having sex. And at first she thinks that he only did this so she will say that she will let Cherie retake the test. But they end up actually getting along quite well. I like seeing that scene, definitely. We find out that she's actually not British. We found out a couple of things about Lily and stuff. So she's not British, and she was born in America, but her dad was British, so that's why she's British. And basically what we ended up finding out was Toby finally sees Lily. He apologizes to her about having sex and tells her he did not just have sex with her because he wanted Cherie to retake the test. He had sex with her because he wanted to, and she's happy to hear this. Obviously, you can see that she likes him. I can tell. You can pretty much tell that she likes him. I think she likes him, that is. Some people might not be able to see that she likes him, but personally, I think she does like him. But that's just my opinion. So yeah, that happens and everything, and basically, we end up finding out why Lily was so cold-hearted on Cherie, because her brother was, deaf, and he has been getting, basically babied by all of his teachers, and he doesn't really like that, so, and basically, it took him, he eventually realized that he could just do it himself. That's when he actually got better at it, and, he got better at what he was doing. And, she wanted the same thing to happen for Cherie. However, she did let Cherie retake the test, which was a good thing, and, I don't know, we'll have to see what happens with Cherie. I hope, good things happen to her, and definitely, I like, Toby and Lily together. I think they definitely have a lot of chemistry, and I would really like to see them, together in the future. I like them. I mean, I kind of like, I don't know if I like Lily more than Nikki. I mean, I love Nikki's character, but Lily, I definitely do think that she's a good replacement for Nikki. I think she's a good replacement and a good girl for Toby, because, Toby's a very good guy, and he really seems to like her, so I definitely feel like they have a future together. Let's go to Daphne. Daphne is making a lot of wrong choices, right now. A lot of bad choices, just really, really bad choices. Now, first off, we find out that Daphne did get into the college she wanted for pre-med, which is a good thing. However, she kind of gets a little bit very rebellious in this episode, especially when she finds out what Regina is doing. Regina lied to her in the last episode, of course, that she quit that job. She quit Wes's job. And, Daphne finds out that she did not quit that job. And Daphne goes up to that guy. I don't remember his name. But that guy that was being, I don't remember what his name was. But, the guy that was being, flirting with her in the last, the guy that she was high with in the last episode when she went to, I believe it was Chicago or whatever. When Bae and Daphne went and she saw that guy there, she goes back to him and she tells him that she's infuriated by, Regina doing this. She's infuriated that Regina did this. And, she's infuriated about it. So he tells her to get her aggression out. Now, getting her aggression out basically means, very bad things. Vandalism, destroying property. I mean, they go all out. Spray paint, breaking glass, they went all out with this, and I just thought this was an absolutely crazy scene. But the thing is, it really shows, it helped Daphne get her aggression out. Yes, it did help her get her aggression out, I will say that. It was a good thing because it helped Daphne get her aggression out. Other than that, though, it's not a good thing that Daphne did this at all, because it's her mother's property, it's Regina's property, and it's not a good thing that she did this at all. So, basically, it took Emmett's mom to actually get through to Daphne. We thought that she was going to get through to Daphne, and I really like this scene. Basically, Melanie tells her Melanie tells Daphne that she's happy she got into the pre-med school, but Daphne's thinking of not going to the pre-med school because, she wants to be a little bit rebellious, and she tells her what Regina's doing, and, Melanie tells her that Regina's strong for doing this. So, that's definitely very interesting, what happened there, and I definitely think that's, very, very interesting. Yeah, so I definitely think that was interesting, and I'm interested in seeing where that's, definitely gonna go. She's really upset at her, and basically, she, texts Regina, we're thinking that everything's gonna be okay. She did kiss that guy, by the way, I forgot to say, they did kiss, and she told him they need to slow down the relationship a little bit. However, she finds out that Regina is still at that job. She gets really pissed off, goes right up to the guy, kisses him, and says, we're not going to take things slow, we're going to go full speed ahead, and I kind of have a feeling they're going to have sex, and something bad's going to happen to her, because she's getting very rebellious, and obviously something bad's going to happen to her. You can kind of tell. So, Daphne is not on a good path at all. And the last thing we're going to talk about is Travis. Travis's plot in this episode I really enjoyed. It really showed, something realistic, because Travis is the only one in this episode that did not get into college. Emmett got into the school he wanted, Daphne got into the school she wanted, Travis did not. So, he's really upset about this. He goes up to his friends. Melanie does all she can to try to get him into this college, but he says, you know what, I really don't want to. We see Travis's friend who dropped out of Carleton and is actually doing successful. He's actually has a successful job, and he's a very good friend of his, and he tells him how if he didn't get into college, what's the point of staying in Carleton? So Travis is planning on ditching Carleton and basically planning on working for this guy. However, as we know, he is working for John's tire business, so he doesn't want to just abandon that. However, his friend basically convinces him to abandon it and just, work for him pretty much. That's what he convinced him to do. So, I definitely thought that was very interesting. I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen there. Definitely going to be very interesting to see how that works out. I hope it, does work out for Travis, but I don't know. We're definitely going to have to, excuse me. We're going to have to see what happens there. Definitely, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And, Melanie, in the meantime, she is thinking of actually creating her own college for Travis to go out for people who are rejected from schools, and that's what she wants to do. She wants to do that because, they're rejected from schools and everything, and I thought that was definitely a very good thing, and I really hope they are successful at that. So, yeah, so this episode is definitely very good. I really enjoyed it, really loved all the twists in this episode, especially the big twist with Daphne. I thought that was a very good twist. I'm really interested in seeing where next week's episode, where the next episode's gonna go. Next episode looked extremely weird. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen next episode, but Regina and Catherine almost kiss. Daphne and Travis hook up. What the fuck is going on? I don't know. That promo was just I don't know. But overall, next week's episode does look very good. This episode was amazing. What's gonna happen with Bay? Bay obviously called that doctor. We'll have to see what happens there. Will Bay and Tang continue to be friends? I think they will be. We'll have to see what happens. Daphne. Daphne is definitely making some very bad choices. Is she going to get herself into big trouble? I feel like she is, especially after that vandalism. Something really bad's going to happen to her. I feel like she's going to get arrested again, and this time she's going to go to jail. What do you think is going to happen with Toby and Lily? In my opinion, they have a future together. I like them together, and I really would like to see them get together in the future. Would you like the same? I really would like to see them get together in the future. And then as far as Travis goes, will he decide to take this job that his friend gave him? What is he going to do? And will Melanie be successful with building this college? We'll have to see. But that's it for my review. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video, which will be my review for tonight's episode of The Fosters, which I'm going to watch right now, so I'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.